Well, we got the very latest this evening, a hurricane briefing from the National Weather Service out of Wakefield. There is high confidence now that the storm will continue to move north, but the impacts are going to be felt far out from the center. That is what has changed because it's moved a little bit further to the west with each model run. So we have a pretty good chance of seeing tropical storm force winds. How high? Look at down there at Kill Devil Hills, a 78% chance they're going to see that. Moyock, 38% chance, 10% for Elizabeth City, 52% chance for here in Virginia Beach. This is for Thursday and especially Thursday night. Okay, so we're going to move that out just a little bit. And the tropical storm force winds timing, you can see that we're in the cone of uncertainty there. It's extreme southeast Virginia and northeast North Carolina here. We're talking about Wednesday p.m. through Thursday a.m. before the storm accelerates. And it's going to be expanding. It's going to be weakening, too, as it moves northward, poleward, but it will be expanding because it's going to start losing some tropical characteristics. But it's going to maintain major hurricane status about 115 miles per hour, but it'll weaken down to about that by the time it gets up to our level. So it would be Wednesday evening through Thursday morning. If it shifts further to the west, we're going to be talking about stronger winds. Right now, we are expecting 38 to 45 mile-an-hour sustained winds Wednesday night and especially Thursday. But on down there, south of Elizabeth City, you could have 50 to 60. And gusts will be coming out of the northeast, so that will push water ashore. Remember that the forecast cone is just that. That tells you where the eye of the storm is going to go. But about 2/3 of the time, the center of the storm will remain in the cone. So it doesn't tell you the size of the storm. And because the storm is intensifying, and I should say expanding, they're expecting tropical force winds to extend outward at a radius of 330 miles per hour on each side. And that would mean that's going to produce some risk of some tidal flooding here, beginning with tomorrow. We're going to have minor flooding. And then Wednesday, minor to major, to moderate, I should say. But this is the risk that we need to look at right here, the threat risk. And it has here, it has here a good chance of major flooding there along the coast. And we're not talking about all the rivers and tributaries. Right about here is what we're talking about. Okay? So we're talking about, again, this area right here in Norfolk, and this area here up at north near Smithfield and whatnot. And those are the areas that we're going to be watching for some major flooding. That would be for late Wednesday and into Thursday. And also down here in Corolla, and just east of Moyock in Currituck County, and just east of Elizabeth City. But all these rivers and tributaries are going to experience some flooding because they all empty out from the bay. Blackwater River, the Zuni River, the Potomac River, the Rappahannock River, James River, Elizabeth River, all that. So the water will become rush in. So we're not going to have a direct impact from Hurricane Erin. We've said that for the past 8 days. That holds true. But what has changed is the forecast path moved a little more westward. So we're going to be feeling the outward fringes of the storm. Thankfully, it's not going to be making direct landfall. It would be definitely a horrific damage all throughout the area. So we do have one behind it. We're not going to be talking about that until we get rid of Erin first. Now, the high tides, we're going to look at that real quickly here, if we could. And the James River Sewell's Point is expected to get up to minor, 5.1. James River at Jamestown Ferry, mean low water at 4.0, and stuff like that. Tidal overview, it looks like up to here, minor. All right, so please keep that in mind, and it'll peak Thursday night and Friday due to the water being trapped in the bay. So we're talking about several feet of water that normally would not be there. MLLW is the mean lower water. Rainfall amount won't be a big deal here, 5.1 to 1 inch, because the main core of the storm will remain offshore. However, if it moves more westward, we can increase our rain chances. Now, as far as the marine potential, each day it's going to be elevated there to slight, to significant, and extreme on Thursday. This would be for Thursday. Extreme marine conditions of 60-mile-per-hour winds off the shore, off of Cape Charles. And there is a tropical storm watch and warning from Cape Charles down there to Duck and Corella. And that's the marine potential. 39 knots will be about 54 knots. Okay, they use knots, we use miles per hour. You can see the wind direction will be out of the northeast there as well. The seas are going to be building too. 10 to 12 foot seas will be very common by Thursday afternoon and evening along Virginia Beach, and even higher seas down towards Rappahannock. And I should say also the coastal North Carolina there. So how high the waves could be at Chesapeake Lighthouse, 13.0 by Thursday. That's the big winner there, and seas will start to build. Large waves, tidal flooding, and beach erosion are expected as Erin passes just offshore this week. Okay, so seas will be building there, and we appreciate the National Weather Service for putting out this very detailed briefing. Stay tuned to News 24. We'll be with you throughout this storm if there's any changes in the forecast. I'm William. Have a great evening.